everyone. My name is Erica Plez, and I will be your host for this episode 1 of the Intercollegiate Marching Band Roundtable with Tyrese Leverty.
Hello, everyone. My name is Tyrese Leverty. I use he, him, his, and I am a current senior coming out of the University of Minnesota Twin Cities marching band, and I play percussion. I'm super excited to be here to discuss diversity, inclusion, everything with you all, and to bring my own perspective as well as to hear yours.
I know that, right now there's been a lot going on with Corona, with George Floyd, the protests, the whole Black Lives Matter movement. And I know you said that you were from Minnesota, so you're really, really in the middle of all of this stuff right now. So how do you feel about the state of our marching arts? The people speaking out. I know there's been a couple of people come out from different marching bands or color guard programs, anything, and that's kind of tarnishing the organization, things like that. So how do you feel about all of that?
It's a lot. It really is.
Right.
We exist within a community and an art that has its roots in Black culture and really in the South. And, I think that now there's generations and generations and generations of students and people that just don't really realize that or recognize it. And there's so much learning and so much knowledge that just needs to be shared and needs to be prevalent in order for people to have an understanding in the slightest sense of what others are going through and what kind of biases and levels of discrimination people experience in their everyday life that others have the privilege to not experience that. And so you're absolutely correct. I am from Minnesota, and this year that really had a spotlight shown on it. Of course, you mentioned George Floyd, which was a huge eye-opening for, I'm going to go ahead and say the world. I don't think it was even
for the world,
US,
for sure.
Right. I would say for the world. I don't even think it's a United States thing. So that is a lot of pressure to really have this R1 police precinct in this one area do everything correctly for who even knows how long going forward, because the world recognizes that something went wrong this time. But what I hope people take out of that is that it's not an isolated incident, unfortunately, that it's happening all over the world, but particularly here in the United States, where people of minority groups or minority backgrounds experience discrimination. And that's something that, especially when it's at the hands of those who are there to serve and protect you, that really needs to be remedied. And so that's just kind of explaining the situation at hand. I'm really fortunate and very grateful to be a part of a fantastic marching band community here in Minnesota that immediately, reaches out when instances happen, or really at any times to listen and to be there. Our program really set up an entire season after that summer, so this fall season, where we taught diversity, inclusion, equity, and I'm now sitting on the DEI committee for this next year so that I can make sure that those efforts, education, can continue.
This conversation is uncomfortable for some people, so have you had any of those experiences, trying to have the diversity talk with your students or anything like that? Has it been a little awkward, or because you guys are in an area where, like you said, basically all eyes are on you right now, it's kind of okay, we get it, let's be on it, let's do that, we don't want no problems.
So yeah, for me, it was not awkward. I will say in that week, and kind of even the weeks after, where you not only had all of the news, but military, like police presence here within the city too. I would say that was difficult. That doesn't make you feel safe at all.
It's scary. That's scary to wake up and see a tank down the street from your house.
Down your street, that. And helicopters all throughout the night.
I can imagine.
It is really scary, and it doesn't make you feel safe. But of course, all of that is temporary, and then you're left with really the real problem, which is that rooted either racism or lack of understanding and emotional appeal to others. So I would say after all of that immediate shock passed, absolutely. All the communities that I've been in were so open and willing to just learn and understand others' perspectives. Of course, there are always going to be some out there that stay rooted in their ways. And I just hope that over time that people can just learn to love, learn to love others and to treat everyone equally. It's really that those like basic kindergarten skills that you learn so long ago is really what we're lacking here, just of course, years and years later.